I'm just about to have a one-to-one with the pioneer of modern R&B. Can you believe it? I got Donell Jones on the phone right now. How you doing, Donell?
I'm alright, man. How you doing?
Cool, man. Just appreciating the time you're taking out to come and phone up on the show.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem. Anytime, man.
Whereabouts are you? I heard you're driving right now. You're taking time out to talk to us.
Yeah, actually, man, I'm on my way going to the gym, man. You know, I'm trying to make that body look right. So, you know, I'm trying to do pump a little iron, man.
At least you got the image, and at least you got the tracks, because your album, I'm feeling it so much right now, Donell, man.
Thanks, man. You know, I just try to make a record, man, an album that, you know, you can just put on and let it play from beginning to end. But, you know, to me, I do that on every album. You know what I'm saying? I just really try to make a lot of songs that people could absolutely love. And, you know, if anybody missed any of my albums, they need to go back and check them out, man. Because, I mean, from day one, since 96, I've been putting in work.
No, definitely. You've been putting in a lot of work. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you, actually. Someone who's actually given me so many hours of music appreciation, man. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
Your new album, Journey of a Gemini, is out now. I've been supporting the album to the maximum, but I feel that not enough people out there know enough about the album. So I've been plugging it like crazy for you, and even doing some competitions for the album and getting it out there and stuff like that. So can you tell us what's going on with the kind of marketing behind the album for this album?
To be honest with you, man, I'm really disappointed in my label. They haven't really put a lot of emphasis on this project. I just know that, you know, when I make music, man, I try to make music for the masses. And, you know, my job is to really get out here and support the album. And that's what I'm doing. But as far as the label is concerned, they're not doing what they're supposed to do as a company to provide for this album and to put the word out there. You know, I think I have some great fans that really love Donell Jones. But if they don't know it's in the stores, they can't go buy it. And that part comes from the label. You know, they're supposed to get out there and promote the album, you know, do street teams, do events, and you know, all kind of stuff like that. But they haven't done anything, so it's on me.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I wanted to hear coming from you, because I've actually been saying my part. You know, what are the label doing? They need to get up off there, you know what, and just support this album, because, you know, it's some of your best work, as you know, as well. I mean, I've even heard quotes from you saying that it's some of the best work you've done. What do you think about that?
I think, to me, it's absolutely one of my best albums that I've ever put out. To me, man, the label really has to step up, because at the end of the day, I mean, when I made this album, I made the album in hopes of winning a Grammy, in hopes of coming out there winning a Mobile Award. I really feel like I have that type of music that I can do those things. But if the company doesn't support me, and if, you know, the fans don't know it's in the stores, quite naturally that can't happen.
I totally agree with you. So what would you say to those Donell Jones fans out there like myself that well, those ones that don't know about the album? What would you say to them? How would you actually convey to them how to go and get the album? The lovers of your music, that is.
I would say to them, if they love my work, then they'll absolutely love this particular project, because I mean, it lets them know what's been going on with me for the last 3 years since they haven't heard from me. And it gives them that music that they've been yearning for, and it's really soulful music. You know, when you put on a Donell Jones album, you can really get something from it, and as well feel good. You know, I have up-tempos, I have ballads. There's very few artists who can do both, who can do up-tempos and ballads. So I mean, like if people really love my music, go out and support this Journey of a Gemini, because it's off the chain. For
real, man. That title, Journey of a Gemini, oh, I take it that's your zodiac sign, right? Gemini.
Yeah, I'm a Gemini.
So explain how the title fits with what your album's actually about.
Actually, I call it Journey of a Gemini because, you know, this marks my 10th year as this business. And I'm a Gemini. You know, there's two sides to a Gemini. You know, you got a good side, you got a bad side. And I pretty much show that on this album, you know, with the subject matter that I'm talking about. You know, like I said, I've been in this business 10 years. I love what I do. I show the passion through my work. And I just want people who are interested in Donell to really go out and support. And those who don't know, you know, when you get this album, go back and do the history. You know, go do some research and find out, you know, I've been doing this for a long time, you know. So I just want people to really start to recognize what I am and what I do for this music game. And I really respect the game.
Absolutely. It's your fourth album on your third record label. Obviously, you've had to have a massive journey going through that. I mean, highs and lows, all worth it, or what? How would you see how your progress has been to this album at the moment?
Well, the focus for me has been 100%. You know, the focus for the label, I say, has probably been about 5%. But at the end of the day, I really have a core group of fans who love my music. And, you know, and I'm going to get out there and make sure that they go support, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, I mean, you know, like I say, if they don't support, then this will probably be the last album you hear from Donell as far as the label is concerned. I'm never going to give up, but at the end of the day, though, you know, it is a business. So, I mean, all the people that don't support, you know, it doesn't help my cause. So, I mean, for them, it might be the last Donell Jones album they hear if they don't support.
I absolutely hear what you're saying, and this is exactly what I've been trying to convey on radio. I've been saying time and time again, I mean, I can even put myself in a spot because the listeners out there know I'm saying the truth. I've been supporting this album to the max because I feel like the talent such as yourselves, you need the maximum exposure. And if the label's not doing that, man, then us as DJs, man, we have to appreciate what the music's saying and let the people out there know what the deal is, you know?
That's right, that's right. And you know what, I totally appreciate it, man. You know, I need more people like you in my corner. And that way, you know, the word will get out there.
Of course, man. When did you actually start working on this project then, Donell?
I started working about 2 years ago on this particular project. You know, I was on LaFace Records. LaFace Records shut down, they folded. Then I went to Arista. Arista Records shut down and folded. So all the artists that was on Arista got shifted to Jive. You know, so I was never really able to choose what record company I wanted to go to. You know, I was just passed on to another record company. And, you know, being at Jive Records, it's a great record company, but they also have 10 million other artists that were there before I got there. So quite naturally, they're going to put more emphasis and more push behind the artists he brought out. So, I mean, I kind of see how, like, right now I'm being treated like a stepchild at this company. You know, and I need the powers that be that's over these guys to step in and be like, nah, you know, this guy has a really good project. Somebody needs to come in and change it around.
Well, the album's just so big, so I'm sure that you wouldn't have any problems with actually finding another deal, as it were, because the album's massive. I mean, we've been through the album. We know how big the album is. You yourself, you know how big the album is. So if these people aren't concentrating and focusing on your album, I'm sure there's steps you can make, man, to make it known. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think that, you know, like some of the label heads, like the chairman of BMG and like the chairman of Sony, could probably, I mean, a lot of people out there really know that I have a good project. It's really those in house at the smaller companies that, you know, they have their favorites. You know what I'm saying? They have people that they want to see blow up. And then you have the others like myself, which, you know, they know I have a great project, but by doing right by me, you might be hurting somebody that you absolutely love. So I mean, it has a lot to do with you know, who you like and who you don't like, or who you believe in and who you don't believe in. You know I believe in myself, and I have a lot of fans that believe in me. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it through this thing right here.
We'll try and pull you through it all together, man. You know what I mean? How would you compare it to your massively respected albums that you've done in the past, man? I mean, I tell you, I don't know how many times I've played your previous albums. How would you compare it to those albums there?
How would I compare this album to those?
That's right, yeah.
I say to me, this is my best album due to the fact that, you know, I've gotten better as a songwriter. I've gotten better as a musician. I've also incorporated some other great producers, which I hadn't done in the past. You know, I got Mike City. I got The Underdogs. I have Tim and Bob. I got Jermaine Dupri. I got Eclipse. I got Bun B on the record. I mean, so there's a lot of things on this particular project that I didn't do in the past. And that's why I think this album right here is much stronger. You know, my previous albums had it was really, really ballad heavy. And I have my great ballads. You know, I never stopped doing that. But this album also has a great group of mid-tempos and up-tempos you can dance to in the club. And you know, I thought that would be better for me to do it this way because, you know, quite naturally, you want to start out in the club. If you get people dancing, you know, that's what makes them want to go buy the record. Now, people already know me for ballads. So, I mean, they know that part is going to be taken care of. But the up-tempo side, I mean, man. I mean, we went wholeheartedly and we killed them on it.
Excellent, man. Now, that's exactly what I wanted to get from you regarding the album because, as you say, you are known for your ballads and I can't believe just how many babies must have been conceived over your last albums. So a lot of the kids out there have to appreciate why they're actually here. It's because of Donell, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they can definitely say the population has grown.
You know what I'm saying, man. But the point you made actually about collaborating with a few other people on your album, looking back, it can actually be said that you've never really embraced the idea of collaborating with other artists or producers. You've mostly written and produced all your own material. Would you say that this is what given you the distinctive sound over the years prior to your new release? The fact that you did do it all on your own before?
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, I did it on my own. I mean, I did a lot of work with Eddie F as well, you know, who kind of brought me in the business, you know. But, you know, I guess on this particular project, I was just, let me just go all out. You know, let me do the things that I wasn't doing before. And, you know, I kept it, but at the same time, it's not like I went and did a whole different thing. You know, everything still sounds like Donell, but better. You know, it sounds like it followed the last album, but it's like a new beginning, but better, you know.
No, I totally agree with everything you're saying, actually, because the album's got a bit of best of both. You've actually got the Donell sound that we've come to know and love on there, and you've also twisted it up a little piece by collaborating with some of the big names on there. Can you mention some of the people you've actually just mentioned there, that you've actually worked with on the album? There's some beats from Ryan Leslie, I take it, man. I can spot that straight away, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I worked with Ryan Leslie, man. I mean, he's an incredible producer. I mean, he's one of the first guys that I've ever seen do a beat in the computer without even a machine. Like, he is really, really talented.
You just cut out for a minute there, Donell. You just cut out for a second there. What was that you were saying?
I said he's one of the first guys that I've ever met.
Okay.
That did a beat in the computer without even beating on a drum machine. Like, he knows exactly where he wants things to go. Like, he's incredible like that. I work with Sean Garrett also.
Excellent.
I work with you know, like I said, Bun B, Tim and Bob, Mike City, the Underdogs. All of these guys are credible artists, are credible producers, as well as myself, you know. So I didn't go in just taking anything from them guys. They know they couldn't give me just anything. They had to give me that best work because I was putting my best foot forward. And if you're a producer and you're going to another producer to get music, you know exactly what you want. Like, I don't want something that sounds like Usher. I don't want something that sounds like Bobby Valentino. I want something that sounds like Donell, and I'm gonna put my 2 cents into it. And that's the way, you know, that's the way I put this album together.
Well, it must have been hard to change your kind of creative formula after so many years. How hard was it you to do this? I mean, did you actually set out to collab with a few of the people, or was it a hard process to actually get that? As you say, you're a producer and a writer yourself, so it must have been kind of hard on the creative side for everyone to pull together.
To be honest with you, man, I mean, at first, I really didn't want to do it. I didn't want to, you know, go out and work with other producers. Okay. But I know in order to make something really, really great and something special, you know, you can't do it all yourself. So what I did was, you know, my A&R, which is Mark Pitts, he was like, yo, let's just go and hang out with some of these guys, you know, let's get in the studio. And, you know, it wasn't about the money. They didn't want to work, okay, well, Donell's coming, let's get a check. No, they actually really wanted to work with me because they love what I do as a producer as well. So, I mean, it wasn't like me going into their place and then they telling me what they wanted. No, we came together collectively and we made those type of records that I thought that sound good for Donell.
That's absolutely right, man, because you have to have a mutual appreciation if you're going to be working together. And your A&R guy, he knows what he's doing right there, man.
I mean, we all respect each other. I mean, to be honest with you, I've never really needed an A&R. I mean, an A&R to me is really only somebody who can you know, get the flights and get you to meet the people. I mean, I've always been a lover of my own music, so I know an A&R can't tell me what Donell Jones' song should sound like because I already know that. I know who I am. I know what type of music I like. So, I mean, for me to get with another producer, I can only tell him, yo, well, that track, I don't like that track. That track, I could work with that. But you know what? I heard the track you was doing. Let me bite to that. That's how I pretty much get down.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Are you coming over here to the UK? Any point? Are you coming back here? I know you were recently over here in the UK. You going to be doing any more shows here?
Oh, yeah. I'll be back there on October 30th, man. October 30th to November 9th. So I'll be there a couple of days, man. We're going to have some fun, you know.
Yeah, man. We're going to party up.
I don't know exactly yeah, I don't know where the venues are right now, but, I mean, we're going to have some fun. We're going to kick it, man. It's going to be a great show. 96 all the way to 2006.
Appreciate the time you're taking out. Of course, as myself, as a big fan of yours, it's been a pleasure chatting to you, and I'm more than happy to keep supporting your music right here.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
Blessings.
All right, now.